Hey everyone, Happy New Year. Welcome to 2025. I hope you had a good holidays. So this is a very exciting year for me because this is going to mark the first year I'm doing my metal work full time for a whole year. So I know I haven't told YouTube much about this. I might have hinted a little bit of it in one or two videos, but last February, late February, an opportunity came up kind of really out of the blue, and I decided to try this full time. Yeah, it's been really exciting, really stressful at the same time. Like I said, it was really out of the blue. Now my plan was since I can remember, was to do this full time. But really I was doing part-time and working at a weld shop, and I was really trying to do it where that part-time eventually gets solid enough that I'm making just as much doing it part-time as I was at the weld shop. So with it coming out of the blue, that transition didn't really happen. So last year was basically really trying to figure out products that sell and getting a better handle on doing online sales, shipping, all that stuff. And here we are. I have some good products that are selling really well. So I'm now able to slowly move back to doing these more videos on YouTube. And because even though my shop is a very production focused shop and it's kind of what I like to do, I see advantages of doing videos like this. With it being a brand new year with exciting projects in the works and all that, I'm gonna do inventory. Now, I'm not gonna bore you with how I do inventory and all that because it's very specific to my business and what has worked for me. It's gonna be different based on what your country needs you to do and what and where your business is. So I'm not going to bore you with the details, but I got to do it. So I'm going to take you along with me. Let's go. So I have to inventory ow. Okay, so I get to inventory all of this hot mess of raw material. So one of my biggest pain points is this. It has been for some years, and I did improve a little bit when I did the video about making this rack for my offcuts. It has kinda improved, but ultimately my problem is I have too much oddball stuff that I just don't use in production. So there's a couple reasons why I have so much oddball stuff here. One of it is when I first started off, I did a lot of one-offs. And because I was part-time, going to the steel yard to actually get the steel was, I had to plan it. So I always bought in more than what I need just in case I messed up and I had to get another piece. It was easier to have it on hand than it was to run out and get a new piece. Well, now that I'm doing this full time and I'm basically driving by my steel yard, 2-3 times a week when I ship out product. So having stock on hand is good with stuff that I can use on, like I already have well-established products with, but some of this stuff I've actually moved into this shop 13 years ago and it's still here. And that's a problem because this dominates actually quite a big spot in my shop. And as you can see from the videos, my shop is not big, and I'm kind of getting to the point where one tool comes in, something has to come out. So this I will be addressing this year. So some of this will be turned into new products, and I already have some of it planned out, but that is something that over the next couple months I am going to focus on. And then some of this will just be broken down and reshaped into sizes that I actually use. You know, I have some like 5/8 round here that I can easily move into, you know, 1/2 inch square. Where 1/2 inch square I actually do use on a product. So where 5/8 round, I really don't. Now, if I can make products with it, great. But if not, I'm gonna have to resize it, which, yeah, it is a cost to it, but turn it into a product at the end is more valuable than it sitting here. Yeah, so I gotta count all this, and I'll be back with you afterwards. Okay, now that I got my inventory done, time to get back into production. So pretty well, end of the year, I sold all my scribes and a lot of my shell pins, so I gotta get back into making those. So I already prepped some steel for that. Did that while I was doing inventory. So let's get the forge lit and get going. Okay, so I figured I will share with you guys some numbers of how I did in 2024. So I made a little presentation. Let me get you into that. So let's go first to what I did in 2023. Now, remember, in 2023, I was still a part-time blacksmith. I worked full-time as a welder and did the blacksmithing on the side. And my online orders then, I did 132 orders online. So that's Etsy as well as redmapleforge.ca. And that worked out to be the total items sold was about 170 items. Now, going into 2024, where I've had 10 months now as a full-time blacksmith. So I did January, February as a full-time welder, part-time blacksmith. To starting in March, I did full-time blacksmithing. And my online orders, I did 705 orders, which is a year over year of 434%. Now, total items. Now, this is not just items from online sales like 23. In 24, I was able to add shows into my regular stuff. So I did 1,262 items sold, which is a year over year of 642. Now, do I expect 2025 to have these same year over years? No. This was really because I went from part-time to doing this full-time where I can focus my full-time on this, well, at least for 10 months. So even though I'm going to have a full year in 2025 of doing my blacksmithing full-time, I don't think I'm going to get these year over years. It would be great if I did, but realistically, it's going to be, quite lower. But I still see a lot of room where I can improve and a lot of product ideas that I can actually try out and go, and grow, basically. So, speaking of 2025, what are my goals for this year? Well, I actually don't have any. And what I mean by that is, yes, I do have a plan that I plan on executing. I do have some exciting things that, at least to me, is exciting that I am going to be trying out in 2025. And, I hope to share that journey with you guys with more videos. But ultimately, I'm just not going to share the goals or my plans or anything like that. I think with what happened in, last year in 2024, where unexpectedly at the end of February, I had an opportunity to do my blacksmithing full time. And that was completely not the plan going into 2024, but that's how it ended. So it really showed that sometimes plans change. So I don't want to set anything in concrete because you never know what's going to happen, and I kind of want to keep that flexibility. So anyways, with that said, I do have some exciting things that I want to share with you guys throughout the year. So I hope you keep on watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.